Hola, ¿qué tal a todos? Esta es nuestra sección de entrevistas y hoy tendremos a Bailey Burns. Ella es una aspirante astronauta y nos comentará un poco respecto a su experiencia, nos dará algunos consejos, nos hablará de programas por los cuales se puede aplicar para ser un astronauta y nos comentará un poco sobre diversos temas. Entonces, quédate en el video si quieres saber más. Hola a todos, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Jhimy Michel y hoy tengo el gusto de compartir una entrevista con Bailey Burns. Ella estudia ingeniería mecatrónica. Ella es de Estados Unidos y es aspirante astronauta. So, Bailey, please, can you introduce yourself so people can know you?
Hi, yeah, my name is Bailey Burns. Mi nombre es Bailey Burns.
Oh, that's
I
good.
took, yeah, I took Spanish
Nice.
5 años
Oh,
ago. How do you say that?
sí,
5 years ago.
yeah, 5 años atrás.
It's been a while, so I know the
Okay.
basics.
That's cool. That's
I
cool.
am from the United States. I'm
Mhm.
from Colorado. I studied mechanical engineering in school. And for my undergrad, I have a bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and I'm getting my master's in space resources.
Oh, nice.
So,
That's
yeah,
nice.
I'm excited. That's a cool one. That's
Okay.
basically like using the resources in
Mhm.
space to make space easier for us to go to, basically. And it's a fascinating subject. It's super cool.
Wow, that's cool. That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah, it's
cool.
awesome. What else is there? So I'm a systems engineer with a company
Mhm.
called Paragon Space,
Okay.
and we're working on the life support system. It's called ECLSS,
Mhm.
ECLSS.
Okay.
That's the system that's going to keep the astronauts alive when the lander goes down onto the moon.
Oh.
So, working for 2024, we're pulling for that deadline, and I
Oh.
just started there, so I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
Um, what else is there? I'm a citizen scientist suborbital astronaut candidate with Project Possum. Hold on.
Okay.
There we go. I got the patch right there with
You
Project
got it there.
Possum. And I'm just basically a big space nerd. So,
Nice. That's pretty cool and impressive, I would say. So, the first question is, tell us about when and how do you decided that you wanted to be an astronaut, or follow this career?
yeah, I don't think I have the typical upbringing of an astronaut. I
Okay.
definitely did not think I was a technical person. I didn't consider myself to be very smart through school. So I thought I was going to be a journalist. That's what I was working
Oh,
towards. Yeah, I was
okay. Uh,
surprised everyone.
yeah, how was that change? I mean, journalist and now you're an engineer.
Yeah, I got into an engineering school. I applied. I thought it was kind of a cool campus. And so it was purely an engineering school. Journalism wasn't even an option. So I
Oh.
was like, okay, well, I guess I'll be an engineer. And so when I was kind of through and figuring
Yeah.
out what in engineering I wanted to do, I was like, I didn't go into it thinking I was going to be an engineer. So the
Hmm.
entire world was open to me. And I was like, aerospace. Aerospace seems super cool. I want to work on a rocket.
Okay.
Then I graduated and I started working in industry, and
Hmm.
I worked in space domain awareness. So I tracked satellites and stuff for a few years.
Well,
And while I was doing that job, I was really bored. I did not like my job. Um, so I had foot surgery actually. So I'm
oh.
sitting there. Basically, I can't walk around. I can't run around like normal. I know I don't like my job. I know I'm not feeling fulfilled, and it hit me. I don't want to work on a rocket. I want to work on a rocket. I want to be the one
Ah,
going
okay.
to space. And when I realized that, I was just like shocked. I was like, I want to be an astronaut? Like, what? That's not what the normal person says. So
Well,
ever since then, it's just been kind of figuring out what to do next.
okay, okay, that's actually really interesting. I mean, you didn't. I mean, it's like you didn't plan this. I mean, you didn't expect that you would follow this. Okay, but it's cool. It's
I
pretty
just
cool.
keep going. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so can you tell us more about this project, also maybe this program? How was uh, the application process and everything related with the process, you know?
Yeah, and I think this is actually a really great audience to be talking about Possum with because it is purely international.
Oh,
We have 46 countries involved.
mm-hmm.
During my class, when I first did this last year, we had the first Brazilian candidate as well. His name was Rodrigo, so I loved meeting him. And it's just a very international group. Basically, we're a citizen science group, which means none of us do this as our job. We are students, we are teachers, we are engineers, we are doctors, and we do all of this research for suborbital space, space medicine, all these different things. We do that on our own time. We volunteer our time, we volunteer our money. And so it's very much a community of people that are just really excited and really passionate about space. Through this group, we actually have the basis of it is we want to study these things called noctilucent clouds that are in the highest point of our atmosphere. And the best way to study that is to fly through them. And to do that, you actually have to go to space. And that's why we are training as astronauts. We're training in the spacesuits. We're training hypoxia just to go look at these clouds, basically, is the gist of it. But
Okay, and about the application process, I mean, how you can apply for this program?
yeah, you can check out www.projectpossum.org. Possum is POSSUM.org.
Okay.
And there's an application process. You basically just fill out the application process, and they pick 2 rounds of people every year. Anyone can apply. You have to be 18. But other than that, anyone can apply. We recommend you have a background in STEM. And at least you can solve some like kind of algebra, maybe like very basic calculus kind of level of mathematics behind you. Things that help is like having your scuba certification or your pilot's license, anything like that can just kind of help you in getting selected. And really, we're just looking for people that'll come join our team. So I think it's a really easy application that anyone can do.
Okay, that's cool. That's pretty cool. And how long is it? How much time is the the training period? Maybe how,
Yeah. So the initial class is going to be 3 weeks online and then 1 week in person in Florida. And that's when we do all of the spacesuit training, all of the cool G-force training, and all that sort of stuff. That was like one of the best weeks of my life. It was so much fun. So, and then after that, you can go take other courses. So I'm taking a microgravity course right now. I'm hoping to take a planetary science course next year. So once you take this one course, you get to pick and choose the next courses you want to take.
Okay, that's pretty cool. We will put the link to this program in the description below, I hope. But anyways, so let's go to another question. Who is your favorite astronaut and why?
Oh my gosh. I actually honestly hate this question so much because I love so many of them.
Okay.
So I will say, I'll give you my top, okay, I can't even say top 3. I'll give you some of my favorites.
Okay, just.
I absolutely love Anne McClain. She's like a modern, she's now, she just came back from the space station last year. So she's like an astronaut that's still very active. I think she's very much the opposite of me, where we both are very passionate about space, obviously, but she's a very like calm, cool, collected, kind of, super cool pilot type woman. She's absolutely amazing. And when she speaks with such grace, and you're just excited to be listening to her. And with me, I'm just like this like bottle of energy of like, space is so cool. So like, I would love to be a little bit more like her and like just like one of the perfect role models. My other 2 favorites that I want to talk about, I really like Eileen Collins. She was the first female commander of a shuttle, which, I mean, so other women have gone to space, but she was the first one to lead the mission, which was a huge deal in terms of, women in STEM. That was a huge moment for women everywhere. And then I also really like Chris Hadfield. He's a Canadian astronaut, also part of like the shuttle kind of era. And he, actually, I think he was on the ISS too. Yeah, he was. But he makes space fun. He makes learning fun. He got everyone united over this like one thing that he did. Well, actually, a bunch of things he did, and his personality and his view on space is one that I think everyone should have. So those are my top three. I know I cheated, but
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I guess it's hard to decide
it's
or to
so
pick,
hard.
you know. Yeah. Okay, so let's go more in like not that personal question. So we'll change the topic a little bit.
Okay.
So do you think there is life in other corners of the universe?
I think just like speaking from like probability and stuff, there's
Hmm.
definitely got to be something else out there. I don't know how intelligent it is. When we start talking about intelligent life, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yes.
But I bet you we're gonna find life that doesn't look like anything like the carbon-based life that we have here on Earth. We're probably gonna find some methane life and some other weird life we haven't even thought about. So, and we could do that here in our solar system. It could be hiding on a moon somewhere or something. So when it comes to life, I think it's definitely out there. I hope we find proof in my lifetime. And frankly, I really hope there's some sort of like highly intelligent life form out there that can come
Hmm.
to us and teach us their ways and give us their technology, because I think that'll be super
Yeah,
cool.
that would just blow my mind, I
Wouldn't
think.
it awesome?
Yeah, I'm also like pretty excited about the future because maybe I don't know, in some years in the future we will start exploring more the other planets, and we will start finding another ways of life,
do
like
you
that.
think do you think we're gonna find life in our solar system?
That's I that's I'm not sure now.
Me
But
neither.
yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, I read about that there is some moons around Saturn or Jupiter, maybe that possibly can have life.
Titan, yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. We're using the career to get to Mars, but so we'll see. Okay, here another question for you. Why do you think humans have this desire of leaving Earth to live on other planets?
Yeah, that's a really great question. And that actually, when I wanted to be a journalist, one of the
Hmm.
reasons because I'm so fascinated with history. I love learning about history.
Okay.
And when you learn about history, you start watching how humans evolve. And you kind of get that more psychology almost sense of everything. And
Yes.
you see from the beginning, we evolved wanting to explore. I mean, we started kind of like, Africa, Middle East, and we
Hmm.
expanded out into Asia and into Europe. And then finally, we started expanding into, North and South America. And even then, it's not enough. Then, after we explored all the land here on Earth, we
Hmm.
started launching people into space. It's just this constant drive of
Hmm.
wanting to know what's around the corner. And I think that's actually one of the reasons that humans as a species evolved to the point we are, is because we had that both the curiosity to do that, and then the adaptability that when we did enter a new environment, we said, we're not going to let this environment control us. We're going to figure out how to best thrive in this environment. And I think what you're seeing, it isn't this like great crazy idea, it is something that was a very natural progression for humanity as a species, and it's just happening now in our lifetime as opposed to someone else's lifetime. It's totally in our blood.
Yeah, I think it is actually is always this desire to explore, to go, to go and conquer another places that humans never been before. But yeah, it's actually I can relate somehow that feeling.
It's so much fun too to think about.
Yes, also it's fun and exciting. Yeah, it's a lot of emotions in the same place.
A little bit
Okay.
of fear.
Yeah, fear is always there. So, okay, let's go to another question. And this is more personal, but if you were selected to be an astronaut and go to the moon or Mars, and you were given the option to take in only two objects with you, what they will be and why?
Oh, that's a really good question. So my goal is to be a lunar astronaut. I want to go to the moon.
Okay.
I find the moon just fascinating, and I love looking at it in the night sky. So I have, I think, two big things. The first one would be, I would love to take, my mom gave me a necklace, I don't know, a couple years ago, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Peter Pan. I loved Peter Pan as a kid. I found it very whimsical and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so kind of my quote, or my mantra for everything that I'm trying to do is second star to the right and straight on till morning, because that's how you get to Neverland. And I find that very, just as like a metaphor of how you get to where you want to go, is you pick your destination, you pick the second star to the right, and you just head on straight till morning. And things might get a little bumpy along the way and stuff, but that's your direction. And so I've always really loved that quote, and very much, obviously, with the stars, you equate it to space. So my mom gave me a necklace of, the moon and 2 stars representing that. So I think that is light enough that NASA would let me take that, because it's not too heavy, and it would be very meaningful. The other object, I thought about it a while. I thought about saying my cat, but I don't think she would like me very much.
Your cat.
But what I did decide on is, if you guys have watched Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yes.
I absolutely love his mixtapes. I think that's so cool. So
Absolutely.
I've decided I want to make my own like massive collection of mixtapes. Hopefully it'll be like I can ask all of you guys to send me your mixtape that you want me to take to space, and I can just jam out to the best songs from Earth while I'm in.
All right. So we know that you practice taekwondo. I've been also reading your blog. Do you think this is a skill that an astronaut should learn, or?
Yeah, so taekwondo is something I started when I was 4 years old, far before I thought I'd even be an engineer, let alone trying to become an astronaut. And I kind of started it because my friend was, and I stayed with it. So now I'm a 3rd degree black belt.
Wow.
My handle is Ninjaneer Girl, so ninja engineer girl.
Okay.
So like it's very much part of my identity. And I do think not just for space, but like career development in general, learning any sort of martial arts is like, I love it. I will push parents to put their kids in martial arts. I will tell, my fellow coworkers to start martial arts, because there's so many things about it. Like, one, I mean, obviously astronauts need to be in good physical condition, and you get in great shape when you work out. You have to be in good shape. But it teaches so much more. Like, I could just talk about like the similarities for so long of like, meditation, becoming okay with who you are as a person, and like just sitting with yourself. Astronauts have to do that all the time. And so there's that aspect. And then the other one that people don't think about is like the team aspect that comes with martial arts of, there's a lot of like team dynamics where you have the head of the organization or the commander, and then you have like the second in command who you report up to, and then you have the rest of everyone. And when you have that kind of structure, you really have to consider your dynamics with other people, understanding how what you say people react to, so that they can teach you or you can teach them. There's so many more deeper things that astronauts need to understand, that martial arts serves as a great way to start opening up that conversation and allowing people to think in that hypercritical way. And like I said, that's not just space, that is like everything. Being able to approach people with courtesy and respect is not something I learned in school. It's something I learned in martial arts, and that has helped me in my career exponentially. So yeah, I mean, I think everyone should, hop online right now and find your local martial arts school and join, because it is so amazing.
So just to we have 3 more questions, and are more like, to wrap up the meeting. Do you know any fun fact about the space?
Oh, wow. I know so many. Let's see. I think my favorite fun fact, my go-to fun fact, is that because I'm obsessed with the moon, the moon actually has a smell, and people don't know that. And the only people in history that know what that smell is are the 12 Apollo astronauts. No one else can like say what that smell is. So the astronauts have said that it smells, they kind of use different words. They say it smells like gunpowder, fireworks, like ash from a fireplace, that kind of stuff, charcoal maybe. And so what they think is going on is that all of the lunar regolith, the dust on the moon and that kind of stuff, because there's not like a strong atmosphere, not like a whole lot of oxygen like there is here on Earth, when they brought that back into the capsule and the module, it like reacted with the oxygen in the air, and when they breathed it in, it reacted with like the moisture in your nose and all that stuff, oxygen, moisture, and those bonds became satisfied, and they started like when that happened, that chemical reaction gave off that smell of like gunpowder almost, which I was like, I want to go smell the moon. Like, that sounds so cool.
Yeah, actually, that sounds really interesting. Something that I really want to smell.
Yeah, right? Get a candle.
Yeah. So, what are your long-term goals besides, I don't know, maybe traveling to moon?
Yeah, so right now, the moon is my long-term goal. I'm trying to stay focused on that. And to do that, I've got a lot of little goals as well. I've got, I want to get my private pilot's license. I want to get my PhD. And the other thing with that is, if I don't become an astronaut, I still want to be very proud of myself. So what I want to do is I want to work on the infrastructure for the first lunar base, basically, so that I can, like, I don't know, be a part of humanity in that sense. So I want to get like a PhD in something that'll help that.
Okay.
I think my big goal that people probably don't know about is I would love, when I retire, when I go to space and I come back down, I would love to have a 50s diner that people can come to and drink milkshakes, and we'll have this big TV that comes down and we can watch rocket launches on it. That's what I want to do. I think that'd be a great way to just get people excited about space and happy to be together.
Yeah, that's so actually funny. Yeah. Okay. And the last question is there any advice that you want to give to young people that also trying to, in the future be an astronaut or aspire to apply on any career in STEM?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I have so much advice. Like, if you need more advice, come find me on social media and we can talk, because I have so much advice. I think if you want like a STEM career, if you want to go into engineering and you eventually want to work in the space field, the biggest thing is to get an education, to stay motivated, stay curious, and focused.
Okay.
If you want to be an astronaut, it's a different kind of it's similar. You still have to have a very high level of education and everything. But if you want to become an astronaut, you have to become a big picture thinker. You have to be well versed in a lot of different areas. So while you have this one special area, you also have to know, let's say, you need to know how mechanical engineering works so that you know how to stay alive. You need to know about biology so you know how your body reacts, and then also how to save your crew members. You need to be able to understand psychology about how to handle these situations. You need to be a scientist able to do research. So if you want to be an engineer, become super focused. If you want to become an astronaut, go learn about everything you can, take as many classes as you can, ask people for help, and just really, you gotta want it. You gotta want it all. Just go explore everything in this world so that you're ready to go explore space too.
Okay, that's a good advice actually. So actually, the time is about to end for the meeting.
Yep.
Um, so there is one thing that I would like to do as well. Do you bring your Rubik cube?
Rubik's
That
Cube,
is
yeah.
there.
I have it with me. So can I explain what this is all about?
Please go ahead.
So with Project Possum, I mentioned I'm doing a microgravity class right now, and we're trying to come up with research projects. Microgravity being, we're going to fly in a plane, and it's going to do an arc like that, and on the down, we're going to be in free fall, and it's going to basically simulate what space is going to feel like. So I won't be in space, but I'll be feeling zero gravity. So I was thinking about all the different experiments you can do with this. There's a lot you can do. But I was thinking about, a Rubik's Cube, and Rubik's Cubes are actually really, really important in, you know, problem solving and pattern
Yes.
recognition, cognitive ability. And the biggest one that people don't think about is 3D spatial awareness.
Oh.
Astronauts need to have spatial awareness. And if you look at the astronaut tests that they have to take, you know, to become astronauts, they have all these spatial awareness questions where you have to see how things fold or how gears turn. You have to think about it in your head. This is one of the best ways to train that skill. So a lot of what astronauts do, I'm not saying learning to solve a Rubik's Cube will make you an astronaut. That's kind of crazy. But this can definitely help you think about things in a unique way. You learn algorithms, you learn problem solving, all these different things. And so I started thinking about that, and I realized, I wonder if that 3D spatial awareness will go away when you're experiencing different gravity forces.
Oh.
So one of the big things with like motion sickness, which happens, you know, with astronauts all the time, is that you lose your spatial awareness. So what if you're trying to solve this, a 3D spatial awareness tool, when you are losing your spatial awareness because of gravity?
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm testing. The thing about this is these flights don't last very long. And so the down part, you only get 20 seconds of microgravity.
Oh.
So I'm trying to learn how to solve this in 20 seconds.
and you can make it, or?
I'm getting really close. My record is 22 seconds right now.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. Okay, cool. So anything else that you want to share with us, maybe?
I guess the biggest thing is that I appreciate all the support, and that's one of the tips for becoming an astronaut is get support, and just have that community base. I think you guys are doing a great job of that, and I'm really excited to be a part of that. Do you want me to solve my Rubik's Cube real quick?
I will. I have my my cell phone.
Timer?
So, yes, so I can. So you,
awesome.
you just tell me. Okay.
I'll mix it up so you guys can trust me. I won't even look.
Okay.
I think that's pretty mixed up.
Yeah, it looks like. So you tell me.
Okay, ready? Wait, let me look at it real quick. You get 15 seconds to look at it. I won't use the full 15.
Okay.
Okay. 3. I'll hold it awkwardly in front of my face, okay? 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Oh, I always get nervous in front of people. There we go. I always get nervous. What was my time?
38 seconds.
38, okay. Yeah. So I got some work to do, but I can do it. I can do it pretty quick.
Okay. Actually, I was checking your stories in Instagram, and I know that you can make it faster.
I can go fast.
Yeah. Okay, baby, thank you so much. It was, I had a really great time talking to you, and thank you also for sharing your experience and all your advices with the people here. We do appreciate that. Yeah, I wish you the best for your future in your master. You are doing your master right now, so I wish you the best for that, and also in your career to be an astronaut.
Thank you, and I wish you the best with graduating. I hope that happens.
Thank you. I need that.
Awesome. And thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
Adiós.
Espero que hayas disfrutado el video y si te gustó, dale me gusta y no olvides suscribirte porque estaremos subiendo más contenido. Adiós.